What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the politics and BS. Where do I start? Because it's just been so much happening. I'm actually going to come back with multiple different little episodes, but I had to take a little break from it all. I mean, I've been watching, reading, as well as praying. But the reason why I just cannot report on this stuff all of the time is because, yeah, it's real stuff that's happening. It is so toxic. And while I am thankful for some of the people that are reporting on this stuff, let's be clear, the agenda is real when it comes to Trump, but also when it comes to the media, even new media, if you want to call it that, when it comes to content creators, YouTubers, and TikTokers, and all of that good stuff, right? Even though a lot of people are outraged about the stuff that's going on, a lot of these people, they are monetizing off of this. And while I don't have an issue with people getting paid for their time or even people being paid for their pain, because I also believe in that too, pay me for my pain. But for some of these people, if they were not able to report on this stuff all of the time, where would their money come from? I'm just being honest, and I really want to have a discussion about this, and I really want you guys to comment on this in the comment section below, because I know that there are some content creators where they get millions of views for talking about Trump, and then there are a few like myself, we don't really get a whole lot of views talking about politics, and I'm not saying that's the reason why I'm not going to talk about it a whole lot, because I don't want this to be my existence. I don't want Donald Trump to be the president. I don't want him to be doing a lot of the things that he's doing. I clearly had a reason for why I was talking about it before. And for me, it really was to inform people, to let people know, if you F around, you're going to find out. And a lot of people effed around, and now they're finding out that when he said he was going to be a dictator on day one, that's exactly what he meant. I was sharing content and sharing my thoughts and views about this lunatic to let people know that he has no reason being in the presidency, the office of the president, the position of the president, the title of the president. None of that should be associated with him anymore. And it's like America should be called amnesia, not America, because it's like people forgot. Like, are you kidding me? All these people that we're talking about, oh, Kamala is this, Kamala is that, or before Kamala was Joe Biden. Joe Biden's too old. Joe Biden, he's frozen. He's this, he's that, he's the other. Well, I feel like a lot of those people, even if they're not saying it, they are thinking it, and they're too ashamed to come out and say anything now because they were out here beating the drums on how Kamala is a terrible choice and she's not going to do anything for you. She's a woman. She's not black. She's Asian. She's Indian. She said it herself. She's not a black woman. And now you have Donald Trump and Elon Musk, who is a racist from a racist apartheid country of South Africa, okay, calling the shots, not caring about the rules of law, doing things that are forbidden. They're going over the heads of Congress, they're going over the heads of the courts. The courts are saying, no, you can't do this and you can't do that. And they're saying, F it, we're going to do it anyway. They don't care. So all of these people who are talking about Christians need to vote for Donald Trump, God has the choice and the choice is Donald Trump. And nobody can convince me that God chose Donald Trump to be the president of the United States unless God has a vendetta against this country and he wants to destroy it. And he said he would be the perfect fit to destroy this nation. And hey, I'm not a prophet, but hey, if that was what God said, then okay, maybe that was the choice. He has a vendetta against this country and he wanted Donald Trump to be the choice because he wants to destroy this nation for the sins of the past and the present. Maybe that's what he would choose Donald Trump for. But for these people who are claiming that the true and living God would have chosen Donald Trump to be the president of this nation to put things in order and put things in place, they are they are they're crazy. I don't even know another word to use but crazy, insane, insane in the membrane. So a lot of the people who are talking about this stuff, it's just like, oh, they're doing content about Donald Trump every hour, on the hour, sometimes several pieces of content every hour. And you're clearly doing it because it's getting you a lot of views and a lot of money. It's not just because you're informing us about the stuff that's going on. I cannot afford to do that. I would never try to make my platform about that. I will never try to be about that because unlike these so-called Christians who claim that Donald Trump was the choice to be the president of the United States, and they feel like, oh, now they got it made in the shade. You're sadly mistaken. But even with all of that being said, I may not like a lot of the things that are going on, but I'm not going to live in fear. I am not. I cannot afford to. I've gone through too much in my life to sit and be in fear of all of the things that are going on because I do believe, even through all of the stuff that I've been through in my life, I still leaned on, relied on, and depended on God. And for that reason, I am not going to be afraid. I don't like a lot of the things that I'm seeing. And it's purely from hate, it's hate filled. It has nothing to do with God. God is about love. Yes, God is a God of judgment. Of course, I do believe that, but I do believe that unlike a lot of those people who are out here talking about sin, 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 and God's going to send you to hell and this and that and the other, I believe God is more than that, and God is about love more than what they are talking about. So the God that they talk about is just not the God that I believe is the real, true, and living God. And I believe that a lot of these so-called Christians who claim to be Christians, they're far from God that they could be, because a lot of these people are full of hate, they're full of racism, bigotry, prejudice, imperialism. They are supremacists, meaning they are feeling they are above others. And none of that stuff is Christ like. And I said this before and I will say it again. A lot of these people, if Jesus like actually showed up and appeared before them, they would be trying to deport him because he doesn't look like them. He doesn't sound like them. He doesn't dress like them. And like the pictures that people have painted over the years, and even a lot of these movies where they try to make Jesus look like this Eurocentric creature or person. Jesus doesn't look like that, and that's why I know a lot of these people are not Christians, because they clearly don't read the Bible. I don't even call myself a Christian. I'm a believer. Keep your Christian titles, because the gag is quiet as it's kept. Back in the days, the word or title Christian was a mockery. It was an insult to be called a Christian. But I digress. This ain't even about that. This really is just about the fact that Donald Trump is out here trying to push authoritarianism on this country that is called America, but I called it amnesia because they forgot a lot of the people that voted for him. And let's be clear, Kamala got a lot of votes. It was not a home run for him. It was not. A lot of people voted for Kamala. A lot of people did not vote. And a lot of people who did not vote, some of them wanted to vote, but their votes were either suppressed by means of they had been purged from the voter rolls. I talked about that early on in the election season. I said, make sure that your voter registration is up to date, because they're taking people off of the voter rolls. They're doing different things in politics to make it harder for people to vote. All of those things played a part in Kamala not winning. And if it was such a landslide, then she would not have received the number of votes that she did. It was not a landslide for him. It wasn't. And I know they want to make it look like the country when it looked like it was a sea of red. A lot of the people that did not get to vote were people who were going to vote for Kamala. So I just am so tired of people, even the ones who don't like Donald Trump, that are talking about the things that are going on. It's benefiting them financially to have him to talk about. And I said this before, for a lot of people, it's more beneficial for them to have Donald Trump to be in the office of the presidency because it gives them content. It brings views, it brings money. If Kamala was in office right now, they wouldn't have a lot of the stuff to talk about that they're talking about right now. And that's one of the reasons why it makes me angry as someone who does create or share content, I will say. I may not be creating it so, as much, but I'm talking about the things that I'm seeing. So I guess that makes me a content creator. I don't talk about it too much because I don't want that to be my platform. My platform is not about politics. Politics is not my life, and it's definitely not my bread and butter. And there are some content creators where they don't talk about politics a lot, but they're being shadow banned. And a lot of that does have to do with Donald Trump because with the algorithms and the way Donald Trump has the tech people in his pockets now, a lot of them are doing things that are suppressing content about Donald Trump because Donald Trump doesn't want people speaking about him negatively. And this is one of the things that I was concerned about, that this would be something that would be happening. And there are authoritarian nations where you cannot publicly talk negatively about the leader. It's a crime. And that's what he wants it to be here. It's scary. Even though I'm not going to live in fear, it's still scary. It's just I don't know. I don't know what people were thinking by listening to a lot of these fools like Umar Johnson and Tariq Nasheed and Charleston White and stupid people like that who talked about they'd rather be a slave than to have a female as the president of the United States. Well, you just might get your wish. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about this real quick because I just wanted to get some stuff off my chest. I do have some content that I need to discuss. I've had some things that people have sent to me, and I'm going to get on those topics. So, guys, just bear with me. I'm just rolling back into getting content created again because I just had to take a break. I've been extremely exhausted, and somebody like Donald Trump being the office of the presidency is actually been it's been a bit depressing, I must say. So anyway, guys, I want to know what you guys think. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking and subbing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.